Hey guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2026 BMW M4 Competition Convertible.
And a big thanks to Furman BMW in Palm Harbor, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium or performance car or SUV in the Palm Harbor or Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the M4 has been BMW's high-performance version of their 4 Series since 2014. Originally coded as the F82 for the coupe, F83 for the convertible, with the second generation or G82 and G83 with us since 2020. For 2025, the M4 gets some serious updates, starting with a 20 horsepower increase, now at 523 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque, new laser LED headlights and taillights inspired by the previous limited edition M4 CSL, which is now replaced by the CS, which cranks out 543 horsepower, 45 pounds lighter than a standard M4, and capable of a mid 2-second 0 to 60 time. Inside, we get a new flat-bottom steering wheel and BMW's latest iDrive 8.5 system. The convertible that we have here is only available on the competition with a base price of $96,200. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So the bold and aggressive front styling has been with us for several years. At first, it was a pretty controversial design, but after a few years now, I think we can all agree that it's a very sharp looker. We get full front parking sensing, pretty decent amount of airflow for the intercooler for this 3-liter twin-turbo straight 6 with a honeycomb design, forward-facing camera, M4 Competition blacked out in the upper right part of the grille with a conventional BMW logo in the center and a little bit of black contrast in each corner with functional airflow for the brakes. We get the new laser LED headlamps with black headlight housing, subtle blue contrast when it says BMW LED in the corner. Hopefully you can pick up the projector, which is the laser setup of the turn signal in the inside part, and a 3-piece LED and a 5-piece LED on the opposite side for the high beams. The wheel and tire setup, they're a staggered setup up front. We get 19-inch rims with cross spokes, very nice design, 6-piston M Brembo style brake caliper with drilled rotors. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how large the rotors are. The tires are Pirelli P0 Sun Performance tires. Dimensions are 275/35 ZR19 up front. Side sensor to help us out with the 360. M4 Competition for the fender area, functioning as a heat extractor. We get a pretty large side skirt, black contrasted, smart access for the driver and the front passenger. Additional camera on the mirror to help us out with the 360 with an LED turn signal on it. We have blind spot monitoring on the glass, black trim for the window trim, of course with the convertible top. It's not going to be as structurally stiff as the coupe. Hopefully we'll review the coupe for you guys on this channel. But with the top down, you're going to get a whole different experience, one that you're just not going to get with the coupe. We'll move these parking cones out of the way, but we'll take a step back. Hopefully you can pick up the side profile on this 2026 BMW M4 Competition Convertible. The taillights also updated for 2026. Before we get to the taillights, the rear wheel and tire setup, we mentioned it's a staggered setup. These are 20-inch rims, still wrapped in Pirelli P0 Sun Performance tires, but the dimensions are 285/30 ZR20. Still the drilled rotors. I'll leave a link right here to show you the size of the rear rotors with a single piston M brake caliper out rear. We mentioned the updated LED taillights with a really funky looking design. Reminds me a little bit of what we're seeing in the Mercedes-Benz lineup. X-Drive in the upper left corner. Reverse lights are LED. Shout out Furman BMW in Palm Harbor, Florida for helping make this review possible. M4 Competition blacked out with a white outline and a really aggressive diffuser with quad exhaust tips. Full rear parking sensing too, but speaking of the quad exhaust tips, let's fire up this twin turbo inline 6-cylinder engine, and here she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the monster S58 3-liter twin-turbo inline 6-cylinder sold by BMW for the 2026 M4 competition, and it sounds really good for an inline six, cranking out now 523 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque, made it to an all-wheel drive system. You can expect 0 to 60 in the high 2s to about 3-second range, making it a no-joke performer with the 8-speed automatic transmission. The really aggressive strut tower brace with 3 connections on it. But what you see is basically what we get. Hydraulic struts are appreciated. We can shut this hood right down, take a step back, and walk around this beautiful 2026 BMW M4 competition convertible. And let's take a step inside, see what we get with one of the best looking and best performing new convertible sports cars for the money. Up top, we get leather stitching with contrast, cushy soft leather armrests. It's not super soft, but it's more than soft enough to be very comfortable. Leather in the center, 2-person memory seats, 4-window auto one touch. The rear windows aren't full size, but they're still an auto one touch, and you can press this button to drop all of them at once. Power folding mirrors, 4-way adjustable, soft touch even for the bottom portion with a ton of storage. Automatic trunk release, be an aluminum M4 nameplate. The blue is just a sticker that you can remove. I'll leave the sticker for the potential owner of this car. The seats are beautiful. We get the suede and leather contrast, perforated, heated, and ventilated. The ventilated seats are a $500 standalone option, and in my opinion, it's a must-have feature. Very aggressively bolstered. We get adjustable bolsters, M-specific seatbelts with the black and white, beige, off-white contrast, and suede Alcantara, if we didn't mention, with an additional speaker and M4 nameplate on the headrest. We get fully adjustable seats. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide, adjustable bolsters, and adjustable thigh support. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So as you mentioned, we get an updated steering wheel for the 2026 M4, and it is thick. The M steering wheels have always been thick, but the 10 and 2 just fits perfect in your hand. We get a red center notch, flat bottom, carbon fiber frame, and an M logo down below. The horn area is stitched. The horn itself, loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. No dual panes, but it's a thick single pane of glass. Steering wheel controls, cruise control on the left side. On the right side, voice commands, infotainment adjustments, volume and skip. The infotainment adjustments, you can adjust between content. Heads-up display, our content adjustments include setup, engine, tires, sport displays, G-meter, media radio, and that's about it. My personal favorite to leave it at all times would probably be either the media radio or sport displays, and our heads-up display, which hopefully you can pick up on camera, is also adjusted. Hopefully I can pick up the frame so I can show you the differences. So we get a reduced view, digital speedometer, and our traffic sign recognition, our directional view with compass and map, and our standard view, which shows us our advanced safety features screen. We'll zoom back out for you guys. The paddle shifters have a carbon fiber flare to it. We get our M1 and M2 mode. The M1 can be adjusted to like a mid-sport mode, with the M2 being able to be adjusted to the most aggressive mode. But again, you can adjust both of these to your liking. Right now we're in the standard mode. You press M2, press one more time to confirm, and hopefully you can pick up the difference in exhaust. With the AC blaring, it's hard to really tell, but listen, this is in M1, right here. I mean, it sounds pretty good, but you throw it into M2 and listen. Definitely a lot more aggressive. The stocks have a satisfying click. We get auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers. We don't get a power tilt and telescoping steering column. The latch right down here. Soft touch materials for the lower part of the dashboard area, the interior brightness, headlamp controls, aluminum trim outside of your air vents, Harman Kardon premium audio system, leather stitching for the dashboard. We get the dual screens for the updated iDrive 8.5 system for the touchscreen. Let's take a quick look at it. Right now we're looking at the climate control, the map. It is a really high resolution. The response is just about perfect. You can put in your address, destination, and in our home screen you can see your Sport Plus, Sport, and Comfort for the brakes. You can adjust all of that. So since we're in the M2, let's configure the M2 so that the brakes are also in their most aggressive mode. There we go. And now we're in an actual top aggressive M2 mode. Anyway, beneath that we get carbon fiber trim, 2 more air vents with adjustments. We get hard buttons for the skip and defrosters. Volume dial feels pretty premium, more carbon fiber trim for the center stack area, aluminum outside of it, and just hard plastic for your knee will often hit. The storage area, we get a wireless phone charging pad, USB-A port, 12 volt, and you'll fit 24, possibly 32 ounce bottles. Turn off the traction control. access your camera at all times. This is our backup camera. Press it one more time and goes right back to the previous screen. You can turn off the parking sensors, auto engine start stop. Backup camera, the gear started controlling the 8-speed automatic transmission with 3 different aggressiveness modes for the transmission. The backup camera, let's see what we got. Guidance lines and trajectory with an over-the-top 360. This is our parking view. You can see your 3D view. Press anywhere on this M4 competition convertible and it actually shows us the M4 with the top down, which is pretty cool. Car wash view 2 with guidance lines and trajectory for the forward-facing camera. Backup assistant, and when you throw it back into park, it keeps us in our backup camera, so we have to press the button to leave it. Red engine start stop with some aluminum trim outside of it. Our M mode setup, active exhaust, electronic parking brake with auto hold. You get your buttons for the heated seats. Unfortunately, these buttons do not control the ventilated seats. No matter where you press them, they only light up red. You can drop the convertible top with the click of a button. You get your dial in case you don't want to put fingerprints on the touchscreen, and it does have a pretty solid feel to it. We get a gushy soft leather armrest. Storage space is impressive. You'll fit 6 12-ounce cans and a USB-C port. More carbon fiber trim running throughout the dashboard. Soft touch rubberized material for the bottom portion, lined in felt, and decent amount of space. You'll fit 20 license plates in here. Not quite sure why there's a Florida lemon law pamphlet in the BMW. Not quite sure what they're trying to say with that. But the window sticker here, let's take a quick look. You can pause, take a look. We mentioned $96.2 for the base price, $650 for the skyscraper gray metallic, $700 for the parking assistance, $1150 for the executive package, giving us the live cockpit pro, galvanic controls, and a remote engine start. We get the $300 M Shadowline lights, $950 for the carbon fiber, $650 for the neck warmer, and $350 for the Sensitech dashboard. $500 for the ventilated seats, that's a must-have feature. $1175 for the destination, totaling us out at $102,625. Standard features, you guys can pause, take a look, with 18 MPGs combined, 16 in the city, 22 on the highway. That's about it for the window sticker though. The rear view mirror is frameless with 3 garage HomeLink settings on it. And of course our convertible top, heavily insulated from the inside. You couldn't even really tell that this is a convertible. So we'll see how it is when you take it out for a drive, how the isolation from the road is. That's about it though guys for the front seat, at least this 2025 BMW M4 competition convertible. Let's take a step out back, see how much space is offered back here, as well as the overall quality of the material. So we'll let the seat slide forward. As soon as you pull the latch, the seat does electrically slide, and it will return right back to our seat settings when we put the seat back right over here. And it's nice that it lifts the backrest up a little bit with soft touch materials for the back of it. So as you see, my knees are definitely starting to touch, but my head, I have a little bit of space with soft touch materials up here, Harman Kardon speaker, leather stitching, and a nice stitched center area to keep you in place. We get the M-specific stitched seat belts with our center cubby. You can access it by pulling this latch down here, and it's not really a center cubby, it's more so functioning as a like ski pass-through with the convertible top. I'm not quite sure if this car has the conventional pass-through. We do get air vents back here, that is appreciated, and that's about it. So it's not the most spacious back here, but they do try to make it as comfortable as they possibly can. If you're under 5'9", you should be perfectly comfortable back here, even with a 6-foot tall driver. If you're over 6 feet tall, you can just sit behind the passenger seat, and they'll compromise a little bit of their space. But that's about it though, guys. For the second row, let's take a step out in the cargo space, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this 2026 BMW M4 competition convertible out for a drive. So underneath the BMW button is our hydraulic chute for the trunk, and since we have the convertible, it's not the largest trunk. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much space there is. The regular M4 is surprisingly more practical than what we have here, but the convertible, as we mentioned, offers you a completely different overall experience. The opening itself isn't small, but the trunk itself isn't very large, especially with that convertible cutout. You get your latches to fold the seats down, and a little bit of cutouts for the wheel wells to help you fit some grocery bags. But that's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of the all-new 2026 BMW M4 competition convertible. It is a beautiful sports car. With the convertible, we'll see how it is when it comes to wind noise, road noise, but styling-wise, it's just about perfect, and performance-wise, with 20 more horsepower compared to the already monstrous previous model. Let's take this 2026 BMW M4 competition convertible out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2026 BMW M4 Competition convertible. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions in normal mode, comfort mode, everything in its least aggressive mode. The steering feels surprisingly smooth, silky, and not overly heavy, which is going to change when we throw it into sport and the more aggressive modes. The throttle is also not overly sensitive. Transmission's not too snappy. So for daily driving, comfort mode feels really good. Taking a step out here, lean into it about a third of the way. Ooh, wow. Yep, it rips, even in comfort mode. You look down and you're flying too, because the ride quality is incredible. Now in the more aggressive mode, second gear, lean into it. Oh my God. Yeah. The difference between M2 and Comfort are like driving two completely different vehicles. We can try out a real world turning radius test. Started off in first gear uphill, so it shouldn't be too crazy, but first gear on the gas. Oh my Lord, this thing is insane. Hopefully you can pick up the straight up performance in this thing. We're not going to beat it up too badly. And that was in the most aggressive transmission mode too. Aggressive blips, everything about this car is just top level aggressive. Transmission is lightning quick. I've driven DCTs that don't even have anywhere close to this level of shifts. I got to fix this camera. There's so much power in this thing, it keeps yanking it off the bracket. But good Lord, blip, blip. Just partial throttle is just still insane in this thing. And just cruising along, surprisingly quiet. And this is a concrete paved road. These are usually not quiet at all. Brakes feel really good in the more aggressive mode. Even in the more aggressive mode, this doesn't feel like a non-daily drivable car at all. Way more sensitive throttle in the M2. We can take it out of M2. Hopefully you guys picked it up on camera. Everything back in comfort mode. Throttle is still decently sensitive, but a lot less sensitive than it was. Great car. Great sports car, and it's still surprisingly comfortable. Big bumps. Composed. The body control is excellent. BMW has such good body control in just about all their cars. The new iDrive 8.5 is surprisingly user intuitive. I still wish we had hard buttons for the climate controls, but we do have the climate controls with the touch sensors there at all times, so it is something that shouldn't be too difficult to get used to. In comfort mode, the automatic shifts re-engage. We can take a step out here, lean into it about halfway one more time. Yeah, just insane. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a top-level luxury performance car and you're not willing to compromise on either luxury or performance, you want 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, you want truly comfortable seats and unbelievably composed suspension that can transform you from a luxury car to almost a Formula One car with a couple clicks of a button, this is a great car to check out. And the convertible here, it's still an unbelievably handling vehicle. I like how BMW only has the M4 convertible available now on the competition. So you get the upgraded suspension, you get the upgraded, more tuned up, beefed up body, all-wheel drive, and the convertible making things just so much cooler on those beautiful days. If that's what you're looking for, guys, and you're okay with spending about $100,000 before tax on a top-level luxury sports car, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2026 BMW M4 Competition. And a big thanks to Mary and Carl and the rest of the management and staff here at Furman BMW in Palm Harbor, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium car or SUV in the Palm Harbor, Clearwater, Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Mary or Carl. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you. and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.